Today we're going to help you improve in Rainbow Six Siege by taking a look at the Themepark Map, which is brand new to Year 2 Season 3. We're going to teach you the layout and the callouts to get you up to speed as quickly as possible and help you get some kills tonight. All this coming right up.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Enough is Enough. Ace of Pirate back with you again today, and I am very glad to be joining you in Rainbow Funland, the amusement park which sees us in the Year 2 Season 3 new map. This is day 2 of the new season, so we're bringing you these straight away. We're going to do all 5 today, try and get you up to speed and enjoying this map as quickly as possible. So moving straight into the layout guide, we're going to move in through it's known as guest info externally, but it's what's considered probably the main entrance, and it brings us into a room called Arcade Entrance, and behind the desk in Arcade we can move into a room called Barrel Room. Now there's a set of stairs that would lead us up to the second floor. It's only a 2-story map and they're called Arcade Stairs, and then we've got Joint Corridor here, which sort of partitions off and creates a corner of rooms in this sort of back left corner of the building. So we've got Drug Lab, moves through to Drug Storage, and then Arcade Toilet. So if I run back down Joint Corridor, you're going to see what I mean now. All those rooms are to the left of Joint Corridor, so it's just filling that corner of the building. So that's one way to remember that. If we continue through Joint Corridor, we can see we've got another set of stairs, which are called Cafe Stairs, and then we've got Locker Room, which just sort of serves as a little external entrance, really. If we pop our head out there, you can see that. And then straight ahead of us, we've got quite a big room called Haunted Dining, given away by the dining table that's in there. And then adjoining that, we've got a bright red room known as Execution Room, and there's an electric chair in there. And then we move through to Coffin Room. So lots of props and things like that knocking about. I presume it's supposed to have been like a haunted house at some point. We've got Gallery, which is going to adjoin 2 rooms, as you can see, which are Haunted Entrance, and then to the left we have Haunted Stairs. Now it's quite a difficult area to make sense of because they're all just sort of small random adjoining rooms, really. So we'll have another run back through them and we'll see what we can do to just sort of partition it off a little bit and create little pockets to give you an idea of what joins onto what. And then just to highlight the last few rooms, we've got Gargoyle, which is behind Haunted Stairs, Gargoyle Storage, and Loading Deck. So another sort of external entrance there. And then the little green area underneath the clock is known as Crypt. So heading back through, we go through Crypt, Gargoyle, through into Haunted Dining, and we've got Execution Room and Joint Corridor there. And then if we go back through Gargoyle, there is no sort of door from dining into Gallery or Coffin Room. They're sectioned off. And then adjoining Coffin Room, we've got Prop Storage and we've got Fuel Storage, which leads us into Service Corridor and brings us back full circle to Joint Corridor. So if you will, there's 2 paths through those rooms there. You can go as we are doing now, and you will go through, you've got Service Corridor there. So if we head through Service Corridor, you've got Coffin Room and Gallery. Sorry, you move through Fuel and Prop Storage, but essentially you've got Coffin Room there, which is the big room, Gallery behind you, and that leads you through to main entrance. Alternatively, you've got, if you come through Joint Corridor to Haunted Dining, you can access Execution Room or through to Gargoyle. So if you think about it in 2 halves like that, you've got Haunted Dining, Execution, Gargoyle, or you've got Coffin Room, Gallery, and the sort of a left and right method of getting through to Haunted Entrance and Haunted Stairs. Best thing is to just get in a game and run through those for 10 or 15 minutes until you get familiar. Up onto the second floor, it gets much easier now, I promise. Basically, the second floor is split in half, which makes things a lot easier for us. We've got the rail platform, which is this big sort of almost Art Deco style monorail platform. So that splits the level in 2, which means you've only got a number of rooms on each side to remember. So straight ahead of you when you come up Haunted Stairs, you've got Cash Stash. We've got Office Toilet, and then that leads us into Office, and you can see through the single window that goes through to Rail Platform. So then on the other side of Rail Corridor, on the left hand side as we look, we've got Initiation Room, which leads us into Control Room, and then the other small room ahead of us is South Exit. So that's all that there is to remember on the Haunted Stairs side of monorail. You've got, if we have a look back down from the length of the corridor here, you've got the left-hand side as we look, you've got cash dash, office and office toilet, and then you've got initiation room, control room and south exit on the other side. Quite easy to remember. Same again on the other half of the second floor. You've only got a number of rooms, so you've got the cafe stairs that come up from joint corridor as we saw down there. So we'll just have a little look down. So that's joint corridor and that annex of rooms in the corner there. So back up cafe stairs is going to lead us into cafe corridor. We've got cafe on the right, nearly ran past it there, but we've got cafe on the right with an external entrance, and then that brings us to upper arcade. So this is that upper mezzanine area where you can look down, and we've got arcade stairs that leads us down into arcade entrance. So if you were heading up arcade stairs, you'd hit upper arcade, and then you'd be looking at daycare straight ahead of you. If we move through into cafe corridor, you've then got the last room upstairs, which is bunk. Now, sorry, the second to last room, you've got bunk toilet, don't forget. It's only a small one, but do try to remember it's back there. Upper arcade, as I said, is a little mezzanine floor, so it looks down into arcade entrance. And you can get a good line of sight on the main door there. Now, what we're going to do, as always, we'll have a look from outside and we will see what the entrances and windows look like. So we've got arcade entrance there, and then we'll move around in a clockwise direction and just look at where each window leads to. So the window underneath the deck there leads to drug storage. If we head up onto Cafe Terrace, we've got a door into Cafe and then a window into upper arcade. Heading down, we'll continue around the building. And you can see one of the cameras there. The camera video is going to be launching today as well. Make sure that you catch that. We've got a window into arcade toilet, and then if we head up the stairs, we're going to see two external entrances that both lead us into rail platform. They lead us basically onto each side of rail platform, so some good lines of sight available down there. And then we'll head back down the stairs, continue round the map in that clockwise direction, and see what else we get. We come through to the door that we opened up that heads into locker room, so joint corridor just on the other side of that. And then we've got an upper window that leads into office toilet, and a door into loading deck, window into cash stash. And then continuing round, we'll get to that big double door entrance. This is going to lead us into haunted entrance. I think that's going to be quite a popular entrance once things get going. It leads to haunted stairs and sort of allows rotation amongst half of the building. And then we see there a window from the sort of haunted deck area into control room. And then we've got another single entrance that leads us into haunted entrance again. As I say, I think that's going to be quite a popular area underneath that clock. The single window leading into south exit. Now then, if we have a look, we can move up through sort of over the top of this old monorail car. It looks like it's crashed or something, I don't know. There's a platform there, so if we head up, we can continue above the top of the car, and that's going to give us another exit there into rail platform from the opposite end this time. And then we're moving on to the last few with quite a few windows here on this wall. So we've got one into bunk, one into barrel, and one into bunk toilet, and then the last window that we see at the bottom leads us into arcade again, and that brings us back to arcade entrance. So hopefully that's going to help you get your head around the map a little bit. Obviously I'd always recommend getting in a custom game or giving this video another watch or two and just really get familiar with it. I've had a round, as you can see, there's a little bit of footage playing, and you know, I've found it a little bit easier because I've just got my head around the map to do this guide, so definitely worth spending the time to do. Hopefully you're enjoying the map as much as I am, and the new operators, all really good changes so far. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to get off and do the rest of the videos and get those up today as well, hopefully to help as much as we can do. So hopefully you've seen something that's going to help you stop being that easy kill. Say enough is enough, and we'll see you next time.